Welcome back, legends. We're getting very close to the end of the Audi season, and that means one thing. A brand new season is right around the corner, and that's exactly why we're talking about this today. The brand new patch notes just dropped, and the next season is officially called Raw Circuit Season. The season will start on June 23rd, and there are definitely some interesting things to talk about. Not only that, this update will also feature the debut of two brand new cars that many of us already spotted in the Audi season patch notes, the Ginetta Akula and the Bentley Speed 8. So yeah, there's quite a bit to unpack here. Some good news, some disappointing news, and one major question that everybody is asking right now. Let's check out everything that's coming in the Raw Circuit season. Season Pass cars. First, let's take a look at the Season Pass rewards. Legend Pass car, Audi R8 Coupe V10 Performance Quattro, Ultimate Pass car, Ford Team Fordzilla P1, Ultimate Pass Key, FV Frangivento, Sorpasso GT3. These are the featured rewards for the Season Pass, and honestly, some players will definitely be interested in that Fordzilla P1, since it has been a pretty rare car for many garages. But now let's move to the section that most players care about the most, the events. Special events. This is where things start getting interesting. The first special event of the season will be the Nissan Z GT4 Special Event. Starts June 26th, ends July 11th. And as always, the support cars are extremely important because they usually determine how far most players can progress through the event. The featured cars are Nissan Z GT4, main feature car, Alfa Romeo Giulia GT-AM, Ferrari Roma, a TS Automobili Corsa RR Turbo, Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR, Porsche 911 Turbo 50 years, Lamborghini Aventador SVJ Roadster. At first glance, this looks like a fairly decent support car lineup. Of course, progression will depend heavily on requirements, but at least now we know what cars we should start preparing. 4th of July Spotlight Event. Now let's talk about one of my favorite event formats, the Spotlight Event. The 4th of July Spotlight will run from July 3rd to July 12th. Featured cars, Chevrolet Grand Sport 4th of July Edition, Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5 10th Anniversary. And this is where things become a little controversial because this is another rerun Spotlight event. We've been seeing this trend quite a lot recently. We already had the Extravaganza Spotlight. We had the HoloLive Spotlight. And just yesterday, we got the Sonic Spotlight event. All of these events were very similar to their previous versions, especially when it came to the main featured cars. And now we're seeing it happen again. The biggest disappointment for me is that last year's 4th of July Spotlight featured the Venom F5 as the main attraction. This year, the main featured car is the Chevrolet Grand Sport 4th of July Edition, an A-class car. I mean, seriously, Gameloft, even if they didn't want to make the Venom F5 the main reward again, they could have at least included it as a support car. That would have made this event significantly more exciting. Instead, it feels like a downgrade compared to what we got before. And that's probably going to be one of the biggest discussions in the community over the next few days. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments. Are you excited for the Raw Circuit season, or are you disappointed by the 4th of July Spotlight rewards? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Bentley Speed 8 Grand Prix. Next up, we have something that I'm personally looking forward to. The Bentley Speed 8 Grand Prix starts July 6th, ends July 23rd. This is great news because we're getting a completely brand new car through the Grand Prix format, and whenever a new car arrives through Grand Prix, competition usually gets pretty intense. So no doubt this event is going to attract a lot of players. And if you haven't watched my complete Grand Prix strategy guide yet, where I explain how I consistently win Grand Prix events, make sure to check it out before it's too late. The link is in the description. Trust me, understanding the strategy is often more important than pure speed. Bugatti Mistral Special Event. The next major event will be the Bugatti Mistral Special Event. Starts July 8th, ends July 23rd. Featured cars, main car, Bugatti Mistral. Support cars, McLaren GT, Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider, Apollo 20, Ford Team Fordzilla P1, De Tomaso P72, Rimac Concept S. This is another strong lineup, especially for players who have been building their garages over the past few years. The Bugatti Mistral remains one of the most desirable cars in the game, so many players will definitely be paying attention to this event. Lamborghini Veneno Unleashed. Next we have Lamborghini Veneno Unleashed. Starts July 13th, ends July 28th. Support cars Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, Maserati MC20, Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta, Ford Shelby Super Snake, Ginetta Akula Special Event. Now let's talk about one of the brand new additions coming this season, Janetta Akula Special Event. Starts July 14th, ends July 29th. Featured cars, main car, Janetta Akula. Support cars, Praga Bohema, McLaren 765 LT, Toyota GR Super Sport Concept, Citroen GT by Citroen, Pagani Utopia Coupe. This is probably one of the events I'm most curious about. The Akula is finally making its debut, and it'll be interesting to see how it performs once players start maxing it out and testing it in multiplayer. The support car requirements also suggest that progression won't be easy for everyone. Time-limited events. The patch notes also include a large number of time-limited events. I'm not going to read every single one individually because there are quite a few of them. Instead, I'll put the full list on screen so you guys can pause the video and check everything out for yourselves. There are plenty of opportunities to grab extra rewards throughout the season, so definitely keep an eye on those events. Where is Burst of Speed? Now let's talk about the biggest topics surrounding these patch notes. Summer Burst of Speed. The moment these patch notes dropped, everybody started looking for it. And honestly, that's understandable. Last year, we had the Summer Burst of Speed in July, so naturally players expected something similar this year, at least sometime during July. But looking through these patch notes, nothing. No Burst of Speed announcement. No Burst of Speed schedule. Nothing at all. And that's already creating some backlash in the community. But here's something important that many players might not have noticed. Gameloft has quietly changed the patch note format over the past several updates. The way information is presented now is very different from what we used to get during 2025 and even during the Asphalt 9 era. So does that mean Summer Burst of Speed isn't happening? Not necessarily. Actually, I still think we're going to get Burst of Speed. I just don't think it's part of the raw circuit patch notes. My guess is that it'll arrive after this update cycle, so I wouldn't panic just yet. I wouldn't get angry just yet. Let's wait and see what happens. Because if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's that Gameloft loves surprising players with last-minute announcements. But even if Burst of Speed arrives later, there's still one question stuck in my head. Why did last year's 4th of July Spotlight get the Venom F5, but this year's version doesn't? Was the Venom F5 simply too generous? Did Gameloft accidentally set expectations too high last year? Or do they just no longer want to include a car like that in a free event? Right now, nobody knows the answer, but it's definitely a question worth asking. And one more thing before we wrap this up. Even though Burst of Speed isn't mentioned anywhere in these patch notes, don't forget that Gameloft sometimes drops surprise events out of nowhere. We could still see a Mayhem event appear during the Raw Circuit season. Wouldn't shock me at all. We've seen unexpected events show up before, so I'm not ruling anything out yet. Maybe Gameloft has something planned that they're simply not ready to reveal. Final thoughts. Overall, the Raw Circuit season is shaping up to be a pretty interesting update. We're getting a brand new season starting on June 23rd. New debut cars like the Janetta Akula and Bentley Speed 8, a fresh Grand Prix event, multiple special events including the Bugatti Mistral and Nissan Z GT4, plenty of time-limited events, and several opportunities to improve our garages. At the same time, there are also some concerns from the community. The biggest one is definitely the 4th of July Spotlight event. After seeing the Venom F5 featured last year, many players expected something equally exciting this time around, and the Chevrolet Grand Sport 4th of July edition simply doesn't create the same level of hype. Then there's the Burst of Speed situation. A lot of players were expecting it to appear in these patch notes, but for now it's nowhere to be found. Still, I don't think this is the time to panic. Patch note formats have changed, Gameloft has surprised us before, and there's still a very good chance we'll see Burst of Speed later on. For now, I think the best approach is to focus on the events we know are coming, prepare our support cars, grind the active events, and keep an eye on future announcements. There are still a lot of good rewards available in Asphalt Legends right now, and this season could end up being much better than it first appears. That's everything from the raw circuit patch notes. Let me know your biggest takeaway from this update and what you're looking forward to the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, Legends. See you on the track.